trying to eat a little bit healthier in the new year, right? But that doesn't mean you have to eliminate all of the fun stuff. So today, I'm baking a chocolate cake that is sweet and rich, but best of all, it is good for you. And I'm very excited. Debbie, Allie, and Shirley have it at the counter. How does it taste, guys?
Impressive.
You enjoying it? Already?
Well done, Cameron.
Fantastic. Okay, so here we go. So this is the thing. One of the things that I try to really reduce in my diet is processed sugars, okay? Because it can be really inflammatory in the body. It can be really hard on the gut a little bit. So we're going to sweeten this cake with some interesting sugars. We're going to start with coconut sugar, which is way easier on the body, way easier on the gut and the inflammation. And we whisked it together with some eggs and some vanilla here. And when you do that, you really want to spend some time, couple minutes to really aerate this. You want to get it nice and light and fluffy, okay? So we've got that already done. And I'm going to add some coconut oil and some coconut milk to this mixture, just like this. And the coconut oil, you know, I mean, Debbie's, if she had a dollar for every time I mentioned coconut oil, but it's medium chain triglycerides. They're a great healthy fat that can help your body actually utilize fat as a fuel source. So they're actually really quite efficient.
And coconut oil isn't just great in food, it's great for your body. It's great for your skin, your cuticles, your hair. It's just, I mean.
It's so good. It's so good. And yeah, I'll give you a little bit of that coconut flavor, but not too bad. And then I'm going to add coconut milk as well. Another one of my favorites, obviously dairy-free, and you're going to bring that all together. Now, we're going to need a little bit more sweetness in there, more than just the coconut sugar. So what we've done here is I pureed some dates. So dates, yummy, great for you, and you pureed them so the fiber of the date is still in that mixture there, which means that it's not going to get absorbed into your body quite as quickly, right? So you're not going to spike that insulin and then crash after a piece of this. You guys better not fall asleep at the counter.
No, and dates are so sweet on their own.
Yeah, exactly right.
So
exactly right.
I mean, that's almost going to give it more sweetness than the coconut sugar.
Yeah, it definitely will. They're super yummy, super sweet. I'm going to put this guy over here, and we're going to mix these together. Okay, so I'll put that aside, and now we're going to work on the dry ingredients for a second. I'm going to bring some different types of flour in here. Now, you guys have mentioned this before. I try to reduce my gluten. I try to reduce even my grains, the grains that I consume. So what we've got here is we've got buckwheat flour, we've got sesame flour, and then we've got coconut flour.
Right.
All right?
And buckwheat flour isn't actually wheat. I know it's called buckwheat, so people think it's wheat, right, Cameron?
Exactly right. It's a grass. It's grass. Exactly right. But I think it got its name because it's so nutty and so, you know, it's so substantial right there. So they call it buckwheat flour. We got sesame flour, which is also an interesting choice. It'll give a really interesting flavor to this cake. What did you do?
It's very tahini-esque.
Very tahini-esque. Well,
you know what I mean?
There's more tahini to come.
That's a lot.
There's more tahini to come. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of cocoa powder in the dry ingredients, and then we're going to add, I'm going to start with baking soda, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to add some guar gum.
Guar gum, okay, interesting.
Oops, I'm going to try to add some salt. Why the guar gum? The guar gum is, since we're making this without any gluten, right, so you need something to really kind of bind these ingredients together. Guar gum is great at stabilizing and binding for the cakes, because you really need that. Obviously, when you remove gluten from a recipe, you're going to want to try and figure out another way to kind of keep things together and bind them like that. So guar gum's a great way to do that, and it's derived from beans.
Exactly, again, natural.
Yeah.
Again, natural.
But you hear things like guar gum and you think, oh boy, that must be bad for me. It's not.
No, guar gum does the same function in the plant. In the cells, it keeps it together.
Wow.
It does?
Absolutely.
See, I didn't even know that, Shirley.
Now you're going to get more excited.
Look at us all working together.
Okay, I'm combining the, exactly
like science.
Come on, Allie, you're next. What do you got?
It's
Cocoa
tasty.
bits.
Oh, cocoa bits. I bet those are good because
Good, I'm glad you brought them with cacao nibs. So, you know how when you have those chocolate cakes or brownies or whatever, and you've got some chocolate chips in there for the texture and a little crunch in there? Well, another substitute you can use is just pure cacao nibs, which is obviously we're not adding any extra sugar. You still get that crunch, you still get that chocolatey kind of flavor in there, obviously, with cacao. So I'm going to mix that all up. Just like this.
That's what makes, I think, distinguishes a really good cake or brownie from one that's just kind of And it's the different textures. And those cacao bits make it gives it something extra.
It's an adventure to eat.
It's an adventure to eat. Did you hear what Shirley said?
Well, that's what I try to do here. Now, I probably could have mixed this together a little better, so please understand that I would have spent a little bit more time doing that. Use an 8x8 pan, just pop it in there, and we're going to put it in the oven.
Okay.
350. For 30 to 35 minutes, of course, always like we always say, depending on your oven. Spread that around, and then what you want to do after you bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes, you want to take it out and you want to let it cool a little bit. And then we're going to add some great frosting.
What is this frosting?
The frosting. Okay, so the frosting has got tahini, it's got maple syrup, it's got cocoa powder and cocoa butter, all mixed together. A little bit of water too.
Wow.
Bring it together. So
That is a
again,
great
more
combination.
healthy. And how's it taste?
Really
So
great.
fun.
And you know how tahini can sometimes be very overpowering?
Yes,
Because it's sesame.
yes.
It's from the sesame seed. Because you've put the cocoa powder in here and the maple sugar, it really cuts that sort of bite
Yeah.
from the.
Yeah, it's still-
But you can still taste the tahini.
Right.
That's
How'd I do?
beautiful, Cam.
Little offset spatula there, and then I'm going to garnish with a little bit of toasted sesame
Are
seeds.
you?
Yes, I am.
I think in your spare time you should consider opening a healthy bakery.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Well, you know, it just might happen. And since I don't have a plate, all I have is a fork, I'm going in. I'm going in right here and right now. So I'm glad you guys like it. I hope you try it at home because it's really good for you. It's got
really
great
good.
ingredients in there.
And I hope you all, if you're in the Los Angeles area, you visit Cam's Cafe, which will be open very soon,
Yeah.
right down the street. But in the meantime, if you want to make this guilt-free chocolate cake, make sure to grab the recipe at hallmarkchannel.com. It's good. Well done.